Hi YouTube, welcome back to our channel. I'm Taryn and this is Joe, and today we're going to be talking about why my transmission might be jerking when I'm switching gears. Is a slight jerk normal in my car, or should I be worried about any type of jerk?
So it depends on the severity of the jerk, and it depends on the age of the vehicle. Age of the trans, mileage and all that. There's a lot going on with the computers, and it depends on what you're doing with your throttle. So if you're heavy in the throttle and the car thinks that you want this high demand, and then all of a sudden you let off, the pressure in the trans can't think fast enough, and you'll get weird shifts and stuff like that. So it depends on the age and condition of the transmission itself. It needs to be looked at regardless to make sure if it is a concern or not. It could be something simple, it's just age and it just happened the computers didn't like it, or it could be an issue inside.
What's the difference between a jerk and a hard shift?
There really isn't much of a difference. You know, a jerking can be translated as a hard shift. It just depends on what you want to call it at the time. A hard shift, a lot of times though, I mean, if you're calling it a hard shift, most people, I mean, it's throwing your head back. You know, sometimes a jerk is just kind of like a little bit more subtle. So that's kind of where that gets translated, but it's still a harsh shift regardless.
Okay. My car only does this occasionally. Is that normal?
It could just be changing the fluid. It could be that simple.
Okay.
Age, it goes back to age and quality of fluid, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. How long can I drive my car if it's jerking before it breaks down completely?
No one can say. I can just tell you that if you are having issues, get it looked at, and then we can get a better insight on what we can tell you from there. But there's no way to tell you. That thing could go 2 minutes, it could go 5 years.
So if someone were to give me information that says, oh, you got about X amount of years left in that, they're probably not saying that as an educated.
Correct.
Okay.
They have no way to know that.
Okay. Would my check engine or any kind of dashboard lights come on for this type of issue?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Check engine lights come on for emission-related concerns. So the torque converter, for example, is in the front. It couples the engine to the trans, and it helps regulate loss of energy. So if that's going bad and it can't regulate that loss of energy, check engine light's going to come on, because now you're losing, your emissions are not what they're supposed to be, and it'll throw a check engine light.
Okay. How do I check my transmission fluid, and what should it look like if it's healthy?
So depending on the age of the car, and I guess some new stuff too, you can't check it unless you have a lift, you put it up, there's special plugs in the bottom, temperature's got to be right. Older vehicles typically have a nice little stick that's usually towards the back of the motor, and you can check it. It's supposed to be a reddish color. Unless it's a CVT, then it should be a clearish, greenish light color.
Okay.
But other than that, for the most part, checking it is not an easy task.
Okay. What's the wrong type of transmission fluid, and how do I know what my car needs?
The wrong type of transmission fluid is just whatever the dealer does not recommend. So you can call the manufacturer, any local dealer, and say, hey, what is the part number for this fluid? And then you can take it wherever. Here's the fluid I need. What is sufficient for this number? And then you can put that fluid in and you'll be fine.
Okay.
Don't just go around guessing, because it can end badly.
Okay. Can a simple fluid flush fix my jerking problem?
Yeah, I have fixed that many times, especially with the Valvoline service that we offer.
Cool.
I have done that so many times, especially in the Fords and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We do the cleaning service and the hard shifts go away and
Cool.
they leave.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What exactly is a TCM, and how do I know if it's truly the problem?
So the TCM is transmission control module. It's generally almost never the problem. Back in the day when TCMs started becoming more regular, because they were starting to really control, bring electronic control into transmissions, they were failing left and right. For the most part today, we don't run into a lot of TCM problems, and you'll usually get like special codes, like it'll say module internal fault, or the transmission will basically just stop working altogether, like you'll just get one gear.
Yeah.
It'll go in a limp mode or something like that,
Yeah.
because the integrated circuits have shorted or it lost power somewhere. Usually that's what happens first. It's not so much, yes, the TCM dropped out, but it's usually because of a power issue, corrosion, or something like that.
Gotcha.
And then we can fix that, but sometimes it'll take it out along the way with it, but it's usually some other cause first.
Okay. How
Sorry, I was waiting to do that.
How much does it typically? I'm Joe. How long? Stop laughing at me.
I'm not.
Hey everyone, this is Dave. He's a service advisor here at Reading, and he's going to answer a few questions for us. How much does it typically cost to fix a TCM problem or update its software?
There are multiple options for what the cost could be. We always prefer to test the system out at first and see if that is truly the problem. And at that point, we would be able to provide an accurate quote that would tell you what's going to fix your car.
Perfect. What are some signs that my gears or clutches are really worn out?
Slipping, flaring, clunking, delays. I mean, anything where it's not positive when it makes any kind of switch or change, something's wearing out.
Okay.
Or in very brown fluid, dark fluid, and something's burning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What does a bad torque converter feel like compared to other issues?
The best way to describe a bad torque converter is rumple strips.
What?
Rumple strips? Like on the highway?
Oh, I thought you said Rumpelstiltskin.
No, rumple strips. So you're driving down the highway and you hit the rumple strips on the side and it goes.
How?
No, I'm not doing it again. If you're driving down the road and you don't hit rumple strips but you feel them anyway,
Yeah.
then that's your torque converter.
And what happens if I hit Rumpelstiltskin?
Keep going.
If it's an engine issue, how can a mechanic tell the difference between an engine and a transmission issue?
The main thing is our scanner, our shop equipment. When I diagnose a trans, and like I was describing with the rumple strips, a lot of times a misfire can also feel kind of the same way. So what we'll do is, okay, we'll feel it. I'll monitor the converter, and if I'm not totally convinced, or I'll even start at the motor first, depending on the situation. Our scanners allow us to monitor misfires and engine concerns as well. That way we don't get the two confused.
Right.
So we have electrical equipment that allows us to see the difference and diagnose accordingly.
Okay. Are there specific sensors that typically fail and cause this jerking?
No.
How long does a transmission diagnosis usually take?
Sometimes it takes me no time because it's totally fried and it doesn't move.
Yeah.
Sometimes when it's a very subtle intermittent problem, I mean, it can take me hours to really pinpoint and find out where it's coming from because transmission repairs are expensive. If I make the wrong call, it can cost thousands of dollars.
Right.
So I like to take my time and make sure that I cross my T's and dot my I's and everything goes the way it needs to go.
If it's a major internal transmission repair, how long does it usually take?
So major repairs, if I'm rebuilding it, we're doing it start to finish, it can be 2 days, it can be a week.
Okay.
So it depends on where the shop's at and what we're doing, but typically we can get it out in a day, figure it out in a day, build it the next day, and put it back in.
Cool. Do you offer financing options for expensive transmission repairs?
Absolutely. We offer multiple financing options. 90-day same as cash, pay in full. Multiple lending institutions work with us.
Awesome. What can I do to prevent my transmission from jerking in the future?
Because you could just treat it nicer. Maybe it wouldn't be a jerk. Regular services. Keep up with your oil changes and stuff like that. And keep up with the transmission services.
You have to do oil changes on your transmission?
Yes. Yeah. It gets very thin. It is a detergent. And as that detergent gets used, it can no longer clean the trans like it's supposed to.
Oh. If you're experiencing any transmission jerking issues, make sure you give us a call. We can help you diagnose those issues and take a look and see what's under the hood. We have 4 locations now in Reading, Birdsboro, Sinking Spring, and Wyomissing. Have a great day.